टू डेफ टॉक्स, दिस इज आदि अचिन। सबसे पहले तो शालोम टू गैब्रियल जो हमारे साथ आज ज्वाइन करें इजराइल से। गाइस, सबसे पहले मैं आपको एक चीज बताऊं, अश्कलोन और एरियाज के अंदर काफी रॉकेट अटैक्स हो रहे हैं पिछले 1-2 घंटे से। तो इन केस बीच में कुछ होता है, ही विल नॉट से एनीथिंग, ही विल जस्ट गेट अप एंड लीव। ठीक है, तो दैट इज फॉर सेफ्टी। ये चीज सबसे पहले मैं बोलना चाहूंगा आपको। आज हम गैब्रियल से बात करेंगे पहले थोड़ी सी रेड सी के बारे में, जो मैं थोड़ी सी स्टोरी सुनाऊंगा। उसके बाद वी विल आस्क हिम वॉर में क्या हो रहा है और ये क्या वॉर स्प्रेड हो रही है, इसराइल में लोग क्या बातें कर रहे हैं, व्हाट इज द प्लान। तो आइए जरा सबसे पहले नमस्कार बोलते हैं गैब्रियल साहब को। शालोम, वेलकम टू
Shalom,
डेफ टॉक्स।
namaste. Thank you, Adi.
नाइस ऑफ यू टू कम यार। आई नो अभी 10-15 मिनट पहले आई थिंक यू वर सिटिंग इन योर सेफ रूम ना।
Yes, we have rocket fire here going on.
हाँ, मैं आई मैं अपना आई लेफ्ट वर्क एंड डिनर खा रहा था मैं एक्चुअली। मैंने फोन उठाया एंड आई सेड ओके, ये रॉकेट फायर हो रहा है, आई होप ही इज एबल टू मेक द शो। तो सबसे पहला मेरा वो था कि ही सेफ एंड मेक द शो, देखते हैं क्या होता है। बट एनी केस यू आर हियर, थैंक यू सो मच। एक काम करते हैं गाइज, आई विल टॉक अबाउट थोड़ा सा रेड सी के बारे में। 2-3 चीजें, विल स्टॉप अ लिटिल बिट फॉर गैब्रियल्स कमेंट्स एज वेल एंड आई टेक अबाउट 10 odd minutes। उसके बाद वी विल स्विच ऑन टू इसराइल, क्योंकि आज एक बड़ा इंसिडेंट हुआ है। एक हमारा अरेबियन सी के अंदर एक शिप के ऊपर ड्रोन अटैक हुआ है, जिसके ऊपर 20 इंडियंस वर देयर एंड इट्स एन इजरायली ओन्ड शिप। सो परफेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन इज सिटिंग, एक भारत है एक इसराइल है। आइए देखते हैं, बात करते हैं इसके बारे में। सो आई विल गेट इनटू द प्रेजेंटेशन, बट एज यूजुअल गाइस, जाने से पहले प्लीज लाइक दिस वीडियो, सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल अगर आपने नहीं करा हो। 126,000 हो गया है, वी नीड टू गेट टू 130 by the time it is New Year. So please, please, please help us out. The only thing that you can do is like videos so that it reaches more and more people. Right. थैंक यू सो मच। एंड ऑब्वियसली देखिए, सबसे पहले तो मैं एक चीज बोलना बोलना चाहूंगा कि सबके दिमाग में थोड़ा गुस्सा है, देर इज नो क्वेश्चन अबाउट इट। गुस्सा है बिकॉज जो चीजें रजौरी में हुई हैं। आज कर्नल अजय रैना आने वाले थे, बट लेट मी जस्ट टेल यू ऑनलाइन वेरी क्लियरली, कर्नल अजय रैना इज नॉट हियर with us today. Why? Because the internet is shut off in the place that he is. He is very close to the location of action, काफी पास है उनके, एंड वो एरिया के अंदर अभी इंटरनेट इज ऑफ बिकॉज वहां पर सर्च ऑपरेशंस अभी भी जारी हैं। सो एज प्रॉमिस्ड आई विल गेट हिम टू यू एंड ही विल गिव अस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड सो दैट वी लर्न अ लिटिल मोर। तो हमारे अंदर गुस्सा है, बट जोश में होश नहीं खोना है। सो दैट्स समथिंग दैट वी नीड टू लर्न। सो इंडियन नेवी एंड रेड सी क्राइसिस में क्या हुआ था, ये चीज थोड़ा सा हमको देखना पड़ेगा। ये ओरिजिनेट होता है सारा यमन से। यमन में 2-3 पार्ट्स हैं। एक नॉर्दर्न यमन जो एक गवर्नमेंट सी है, बड़ी हल्की सी गवर्नमेंट है उनकी। एक जगह है हुतीज जिसको ईरान सप्लाई करता है, और एक और जगह है जिसको बोलते हैं एसटीसी। एसटीसी सदर्न टेरिटरीज, ठीक है, जस्ट लेट्स कीप इट लाइक दैट। इसको यूएई सपोर्ट करता है। ये है यमन का मैप, ऑल्दो ये 2015 का मैप है, बट इसके अंदर आपको एक चीज दिखेगी। प्लीज लुक एट द ऑरेंज एरिया, ठीक है। ये ऑरेंज एरिया इज प्रिडोमिनेंटली शिया, हुतीज आर शियाज, ठीक है। तो रिमेंबर वन थिंग, अभी मैं हमास के बारे में गैब्रियल से मैं एक चीज पूछूंगा कि यार हमास इज सुन्नी, ईरान इज शिया एंड हिजबुल्लाह इज शिया, ठीक है। तो ईरान के हिसाब में तो हमास वुड बी एन एक्सपेंडेबल, राइट?
Of course,
ठीक
you
है,
have hit the nail on the head by saying expendable.
खर्चा
Because
कर दो इसको तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
if you see Iranian history, they call themselves as a very old civilization, Iranian civilization, Persian. And in Persian civilization, the Arabs are like dirt.
एग्जैक्टली,
Okay, they hate them more than they hate Jews. The Iranians see them as dirt. So for them, Hamas killing us and we killing them, just see what is happening today in the world.
जीरो
Iran
सम गेम।
has not suffered not one casualty, not anything on their grounds. Okay, in Iran proper. वो कल हम बदला लेंगे, what we will do, the world will see. But today, Iran is using others, proxies, especially Sunnis, because Shias are more, they are the racist kind of people. Let's call it. It's not politically correct, but Iranians look at themselves as world class.
हम्म,
There, India has invented chess. but Iranians are masters of chess. Okay?
ठीक है,
They have patience. They know how to wait like a snake with their hood and they strike. But if you can use another other person to die, that is what is happening with
ठीक है,
Hamas. And Hamas came to know it the hard way today.
या
So you're right.
नाउ बेस्ट थिंग इज, सबसे बेस्ट चीज बताऊं आपको मैं, सऊदी अरेबिया के जो हेवीएस्ट ऑयल फील्ड्स हैं वो इसी एरिया के अंदर है. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई सऊदीज फॉट अ 9 year वॉर विथ द
With,
हुतीस.
with
नाइन
Yemen.
ईयर्स ठीक है. साउथ में क्या था, हुतीज इसको भी टारगेट कर रहे थे, जो एसटीसी था, जो यूएई बैक करता है. तो सऊदी अरेबिया एंड यूएई का एक कोalition बना विच वाज नोन एज द अरब कोalition. एंड ये जाके बम 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 9 साल तक इन्होंने इनकी अच्छे से
Who
बैंड
headed
बजाई
it,
है.
Adi? Who headed it? Pakistani general
राहिल शरीफ.
Rahil Sharif.
ठीक है. तो ये पूरा देखो, ये घर का मामला है, बोलते हैं ना, ये हमारे रीजन का मामला है, ये एक्सटेंडेड नेबरहुड है भारत, भारत का. नाउ यहाँ पर एक अलग प्रॉब्लम भी है. यहाँ पर अलकायदा भी बैठा हुआ है, यहाँ पर आईसिस भी बैठा हुआ है. सारे मतलब इट्स अ ब्लडी कॉकटेल ऑफ होल थिंग्स. ठीक है. सो दिस इज एज पर दैट. ये है 2010. ठीक है, बहुत पीक टाइम था जब पायरेसी होती थी. सी लाइंस ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन के बीच में सोमालिया, येमेन और ये एरिया मिला के दे हैड क्रिएटेड हैवॉक. एंड ये एरिया को सॉर्ट आउट करने वाला एक मेजर कंट्री है, जिसके बारे में मैं आगे बताऊंगा आपको. राइट, सो यू सी दिस. और आज का जो एक अटैक हुआ है, एक शिप पे अटैक हुआ है, इट इज विद इन दिस सर्कल. राइट, सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस वेरी क्लियरली. सो आज की बात करते हैं. ये एक लोकेशन है which is about 327 miles, nautical miles, sorry, 327 kilometers, 200 nautical miles from the भारतीय कोस्ट. ये हमारे EEZ जो इकोनॉमिक एक्सक्लूसिव इकोनॉमिक जोन है उससे बाहर है. तो ये इनका स्मार्ट दिमाग है. ये सोच लो, जो भी कर रहा है, ये कौन कर रहा है उसके बारे में मैं हिंट दूंगा आपको. जो भी कर रहा है, थोड़ा दिमाग है कि यार वहां से बाहर निकल के करो, नहीं तो इंटरनेशनल इंसिडेंट हो जाएगा, वाट लग जाएगी. यहां पर वाट तो लगेगी लगेगी, बट ठीक है. एक ड्रोन आता है, शिप पे एक्सप्लोड करता है. ये शिप कहां से आ रहा था, ये आ रहा था सऊदी अरेबिया से गुजरात की तरफ, फ्यूल लेके. ठीक है, लेट्स लुक एट दैट. 20 इंडियंस हैं. स्ट्राइक हुआ, आग लगी, आग को बुझाया गया, लेकिन वो शिप की मूवमेंट में प्रॉब्लम्स है. हमारे कोस्ट गार्ड के वेसल्स प्लस इंडियन नेवी की वेसल्स ऑलरेडी वहां पर पहुंच चुकी हैं. एज ए मैटर फैक्ट, दोपहर में जब हमारा जो जनरल रायन के साथ शो खत्म हुआ था दोपहर में, उस टाइम पे एक डॉनियर ये शिप को सर्कुलेट उस टाइम से अभी तक कॉन्स्टेंटली कर रहा है. इट्स बीन इन टच विद द शिप एंड कॉन्स्टेंट कॉन्टैक्ट. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, कोस्ट गार्ड शिप ICGS विक्रम, इट इज ऑलरेडी देयर. और ये मर्चेंट वेसल जिसका नाम है MV केम प्लूटो. MV Clem Pluto is owned by a Israeli business person, a Israeli person. Business, obviously, he's doing business. वो ले रहा था सऊदी अरेबिया से फ्यूल एंड ही वाज ब्रिंगिंग इट टू मैंगलोर पोर्ट. ठीक है. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड वेरी क्लियरली. सुसाइड ड्रोन आया, कुछ नहीं, हमारे लॉन्ग लॉन्ग रेंज मैरिटाइम एयरक्राफ्ट हैं P8s, वो टेक ऑफ हो गए, डॉनियर्स टेक ऑफ हो गए. दे वर ऑल यू नो कीपिंग मेकिंग श्योर उस एरिया में और कुछ नहीं है. देयर इज नो सेकेंडरी अटैक. क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है, एक राउंड आता है, आप उससे बचाते हो, उसके बाद दूसरा राउंड आता है. सो दैट वाज क्लियर. कोस्ट गार्ड वेसल्स आर ऑलरेडी देयर. बट एक चीज क्यूरियस है, एंड गेब्रियल साहब, मैं आपको ये पूछूंगा. मैं मैप पे वापस जाता हूं. सबसे बड़ी क्यूरियस चीज है लोकेशन. लेट्स गो बैक टू दिस मैप. येमेन और सोमालिया कहां है, टुवर्ड्स द हॉर्न ऑफ अफ्रीका. तो अगर आप अफ्रीका और भारत के बीच में एक इक्वी डिस्टेंट बीच में लाइन खींचिए, ये तो अफ्रीका के पास नहीं है, ये तो भारत के पास है. लोकेशन क्या है साहब, कहां से आ रहा है ये?
In intelligence, they teach us who has the capability, why do they want to use the capability, and what they have to gain, especially from this attack. So when you join these 3 points, why, who, where, and what. So this gives you a clue. You have many suspects, not lot of suspects there, but watch the north. Who has to gain? Okay, and watch on your east, Iran. Houthis are creating the monkey business in the Red Sea. So who has to gain economically by hurting trade between India and Israel and in the Arabian theater? Iran, Pakistan.
लेफ्ट ओवर कंट्रीज, ये मैं हमेशा से बोलता हूँ, जो ये लेफ्ट ओवर कंट्रीज है ना, जिनका कोई अता पता नहीं है, कतर, ईरान, पाकिस्तान, कोई फ्यूचर नहीं है ये कंट्रीज का, ये उल्टे काम करने में माहिर है ना। और बताते हैं, आई जस्ट टेक 2 more minutes। एंड सो लोकेशन इज वेरी क्यूरियस, हाँ गाइज, इसको थोड़ा ध्यान रखना है। एंड कोई बोल रहा है कटोरिस्तान, एब्सोल्युटली, मेरे हिसाब से द कटोरिस्तानीज हैव डन इट। ठीक है, ठीक है, ईरान से एक आधा ड्रोन ड्रोन लिया होगा, ईरान के पास भी ड्रोन कहां से आता है? ईरान कौन सा टेक्नोलॉजिकल सुपर पावर है? उसका भी ड्रोन सारा आता है, माल मसाला सारा चाइना से। ठीक है, एंड दिस इज नॉट द ओनली वन, बाय द वे। मर्चेंट वेसल रूइन भी थी, दिसंबर 14 को उसमें हाईजैक हुआ। अब मैं आपको थोड़ा इंडियन नेवी के रोल के बारे में, आई टेक 2 more minutes टू एक्सप्लेन। ये हाईजैक किसने किया? ये किया सोमालियन पायरेट्स ने। अब वो भी देखो, बोलते हैं ना बहती गंगा में हाथ धो रहे हैं, वहां पर हालत खराब है, सब लोग उस तरफ फोकस कर रहे हैं, ये यहाँ पर दे हैव पुट अप। एंड बाय द वे गाइस, दिस इज अ वेरी रेयर इंसिडेंट। सोमालियन पायरेट्स के बारे में बहुत चीजें सुनी है हमने, लेकिन सोमालियन पायरेट्स डूइंग एनीथिंग फॉर द पास्ट लॉन्ग टाइम इज अनहर्ड ऑफ। हमारी 2 गाइडेड मिसाइल डिस्ट्रॉयर्स ऑलरेडी उस स्टेशन में थी, मैंने आपको बताया था। ओमान में हमारा बेस है, विच इज इन अल दुकुम, राइट? वीव गॉट सबमरीन्स देयर, उसके बारे में कोई बताएगा नहीं कहां है वो, ऑब्वियसली। एंड दीज 2 मिसाइल बोट्स के बारे में बताया कि दे वर ऑलरेडी देयर। जापानीज शिप थी, उसको कुछ ट्रबल शबल हुआ, वो चली गई वापस। स्पेनिश शिप थी उस एरिया के अंदर, दे हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू बी ट्रेस्ड एज ऑफ नाउ, उन्होंने कोई मैसेज वैसेज नहीं दिया है। चाइनीज की पूरी हाफ एक वहां पर छोटी सी फ्लीट बैठी है, जो जिनके सेलर ना पजामा पहन के सो रहे थे, दे डिडंट इवन वेक अप, उनकी घंटी नहीं बजी थी वहां पर। तो ये तो हमको पता ही है। चाइनीज ने एक शिप पहले भी, जब वो फर्स्ट हाईजैक हुआ था, उन्होंने, पता है आपको, डिस्ट्रेस कॉल दिया था चाइनीज को। चाइनीज वो द क्लोजेस्ट, ठीक है, अंडर 100 माइल्स, चाइनीज ने अपने ट्रांसपॉन्डर्स बंद करे, गायब हो गए वहां से। कैन यू इमेजिन दिस? आपको इसराइल में ना, गैब्रियल साहब, मैं बता रहा हूं, आप लोग विश्वास नहीं करते हो, चाइना इज बिहाइंड ऑल दिस। सर्कमस्टेंशियल एविडेंस देख लो साहब। Why would you run away यार? This is the first law of the sea. Anybody in distress, you respond. अब भागे क्यों वहां से? अगर आपने कराया है तभी आप भाग रहे हो ना।
Chinese vessels are not hit anytime
Not one,
during
not
this.
one.
Not one. Somebody knows what
साइनो,
they're hitting.
साइनो वहाबी, साइनो वहाबी, लेफ्टिस्ट अलायंस, हर जगह ये बैठता है आगे। ठीक है, एनीवेज, इंडियन एयरक्राफ्ट मेड ओवरफ्लाइट्स ऑफ दैट, वो भी हाईजैक, यहां से एयरक्राफ्ट भाग रहे हैं, यूएस फ्लीट है जी, ये है जी, वो है जी, सारे हैं वहां पर, बट कोई कुछ नहीं कर रहा था। इट वाज इंडिया हु रिस्पॉन्डेड। ठीक है, बाब ए मलदब जो एक एरिया है यमन और नॉर्दर्न अफ्रीका के बीच में, वहां पर सबसे ज्यादा चीजें होती हैं। नाउ विल गो बैक टू दैट मैप। ठीक है, बाब अल मंदब आप प्लीज देखिए, आपको यहां पर जिबूती दिखेगा, आपको यहां पर यमन दिखेगा। जिबूती में है चाइनीज बेस, सारे हाईजैक्स हो रहे हैं बाब अल मंदब, जहां पर लिखा हुआ है ना, उस रीजन में। मतलब चाइनीज अपने बिस्तर से बाहर निकले, लेफ्ट टर्न मारे और वहां पर हो रहे हैं, लेकिन एक चाइना का शिप नहीं आया बाहर, नॉट वन। वो आया भी, उसको किसी ने डिस्ट्रेस कॉल दिया, थैंक यू सर, हम चले। ठीक है, तो इंडियन नेवी इज देयर, 15 दिसंबर से हम उसको वो शिप को मॉनिटर कर रहे हैं. एंड बाय द वे, हिस्टोरिकली 107 इंडियन नेवी की शिप्स आर डिप्लॉयड इन दिस रीजन, राइट? सो दिस एरिया इज डोमिनेटेड बाय अस. एंड इस शिप के ऊपर एक बंदा इंजर हो गया था. हमने उसको रिट्रीव करा, पायरेट से बात करी कि भाई साहब, ये जरा ठीक है, आपके पास शिप है, नो प्रॉब्लम, दिस मैन इज इंजर्ड, वी नीड हिम. The ship was stopped, helicopter went in, picked up the guy, and brought him out. He's safe in Mumbai in a hospital. And he's, by the way, not an Indian. ठीक है. So this is what the Indian Navy has been doing. There has been a ship in that area round the clock since October 23rd, 2008. ठीक है, 2008 से 13 तक 700 पायरेट अटैक्स होते थे, लेकिन 14 to 19 में 16 हो गए वो. Indian Navy and a lot many other navies did a lot of work in this area. And मैं दोबारा बोल रहा हूँ, the location is very curious. Last slide में, उसके बाद I want to get on to Israel and Gabriel से inputs लेने मेरे को काफी सारे. Location is very curious, guys. इसका मतलब ये है, ये आपका फोकस्ड वेस्ट की तरफ लेके आ रहे हैं. ये कौन? साइनो वहाबी, पाकी चाइनी, पाकी चीनी, जो मर्जी बोलो आप, वेस्ट की तरफ दे विल ट्राई एंड ब्रिंग यू. मेरा सवाल ये है, अगले 3-4 दिन के अंदर do we see a Chinese ship coming into the Bay of Bengal? It will be very curious and very interesting if something like that happens. That's what I wanted to say about the Red Sea और ये जो incident हुआ है. Guys, lot of us will say जवाब दो, जवाब दिया जाएगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं है, बट जवाब देने का टाइम हम लोग चूज करेंगे. अब आते हैं गेब्रियल साहब के पास. अब मेरे को ये बताइए साहब, रेड सी हमने देखी, वी सीन दिस मेरिट. अभी आज शाम को ईरानियन जनरल ने थ्रेटन किया है कि हम मेडिटेरेनियन बंद कर देंगे. इसके बारे में क्या क्या ख्याल है जी? व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर?
First of all, thank you, Adi. Before I answer the question, like my always when I say India and Israel similarity, last time I said ये देश है वीर जवानों का. So this time another similarity, and then we'll continue. What is similar when in Israel and Indian military? Our officers lead from the front, both the armies. You see the ratio of casualties, sadly, on our side and even on Indian, officers are the first to lead the soldiers. Unlike Hamas, उनके सब leaders, they are inside tunnels, outside the theater of war. In Qatar, in Lebanon, in Iran. So, India and Israeli similarity. Now, you asked about the Mediterranean. There was one question which was asked. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. So we have today who are the evil who want to disrupt this world order, peace in this world. Head of the snake is China. The one feeding China milk, sorry, Iran. One feeding China, Iran is China, feeding the snake milk. And Iran, they will bark, they will say Mediterranean. Mediterranean में आएंगे तो उनको हम, we will finish them off. It will be a blessing for us if they come in the Mediterranean.
ये टर्की
Okay,
शूट मैन.
बदला लेंगे उधर. Caspian Sea also. They are saying they are going to raise a naval force which will first deal with the Red Sea against the coalition being formed by the Americans of 10 to 20 countries. A few of them even don't want to disclose their names, the countries involved. In the Mediterranean, Israel alone is enough for them.
बहुत हैं, इजराइल है, ग्रीस है, काफी कंट्रीज है वहां पर तो.
No. There is one thing, everyone has a gun, okay? But to use that gun, you need guts. जिगरा चाहिए. बंदूक सबके पास है.
Absolutely.
To use that gun, you need guts. So let them give us a chance. Come inside the Mediterranean, we will see.
मजा
और
आएगा.
उनके पास इतनी, they had so much this strength in them. Biden, I don't support him, but I think one thing which changed
Yes.
this war was that word when he said don't. That is when he put the gun on the table, Biden. And the Iranians knew that he's not bluffing. Today, again, they are doing it. But in the Mediterranean, it's peanuts for us. Let them come here. Submarines, destroyers. Red Sea also. We don't want to open a front on the Red Sea because this is a global problem. It's not Israel's
Commons.
problem.
Mm.
This is a global, because what is going through the Suez Canal affects global economy. Asia, Europe. So
सबको है. Yeah,
Israel
सबको
doesn't have
problem.
to put assets. We have enough trouble on our heads. We are we have another front with Hezbollah. We have to keep everything in mind. We will hit them sometimes, like you have pointed out in your videos, unidentified aircrafts going towards the Yemeni coast and hitting them. This is what is happening.
जैसे अननोन गनमैन बोलते हैं ना, आपके तो अननोन फाइटर जेट्स हैं.
See, 3 videos I've made with you, and I came all the time against intelligence and the army. I said what was wrong. So today I want to say what is good in Israel. Okay, we have shown we are a strong nation, militarily, economically, and resolve. And I want to ask you, Adi, and our audience. You know what is most of Israelis are afraid of? We have fought wars. We have done so many things against big odds against us. But what we are afraid of today, most Israelis, I'm not saying all Israelis, because some Israelis, lefties are in every society. So lefties for me, I don't count them. But rational Israelis, the most thing Israelis are afraid of two words. I'll give you a clue. Two words: cease fire. We are in a trauma with those two words. No Israeli wants to stop this war. If Bibi stops, God forbid, if Bibi stops this war, we are FUC. Because if Hamas gets a breather, and this is what the world wants, and this is why what is happening around the world, because they want to put pressure on world commerce to pressure Israel in return. This is the bounty. So what is happening every time? Why, where, all these W's, 4 or 5 W's in intelligence, we call these W's. Why, where, when, what? So they are doing this to put pressure on Israel to stop this war so Hamas can survive. And Israeli public knows if we stop this war for any reason, and they are trying, the leftists in Israel, the media, especially the media in Israel, is very discouraging. They are playing at best in the hands of the enemy, and at worst, sorry, they are playing ball with the enemy, discouraging us, using false news. They are all the time saying there's going to be a ceasefire, and Israelis don't want a ceasefire. We have lost soldiers, so many soldiers. We have crossed the 100. For us, each soldier injured, killed is one of a family. So if we stop this war, all this, and I will not call it Kurbani, I will call it Ahuti, because Ahuti is a sacred sacrifice.
Yeah.
These soldiers are
Change of
sacred for
narrative.
us. Yes.
That's an interesting
Kurbani,
change of narrative. Hmm.
yes. For us, each soldier lost. And why are they have gone in? To take revenge? No. If we wanted revenge, we have used our aircraft, we have bombed them into the Stone Age. But now the soldiers have gone in for the hostages. So these hostages, there is now a big dilemma in Israel about to stop the war for all the hostages, which Hamas is saying, stop the war, we will give you hostages. And most of them are not alive. Each
Yep.
day we
So
come
I
to
would know.
know another hostage has died in captivity. So I will give you a small story if people know the word Guy Eisenkot. From 2015 to 2019, he was the chief of staff of the Israeli army, the senior most person in uniform. He was in charge of the army. He joined the war cabinet, and they came to him and the cabinet and told him that we have information that we have bodies of hostages, two bodies, in a location inside a building. Okay? He had to sign off that we will use force to go in and bring those bodies. Okay? When he was signing off, he knew that the force which is going in, his son is serving in that special force.
Mhm.
And then in the night, using satellite imagery, drones, and body cameras, he was watching live when his son was killed during that operation with another soldier. So just imagine him seeing off that his son will be the one going in with his unit and dying live feed. This is what us Israelis are giving Ahuti. And week before that, his nephew, his sister's son, was killed, also in special forces. That same person, Gadi Eisenkot, chief of staff. So in Israel, each and every one is family, is a friend, is a brother in arms. And we don't want to stop this war. We don't want all this sacrifice to go to waste. So, as I said in our first video, we Israelis say, hate us when we are winning, but don't cry. We don't need your tears when we are losing. We don't want to lose. We don't want your false tears from the world. We are fed up. We are fed up with the world, with the crocodile tears, pressurizing Israel to give. You don't even put a bloody word about the hostages in your ceasefire resolution in the UN. Not a bloody sentence. Release the hostages. Why? Because Israel is a democracy. So this acts against us. We are not a terrorist nation. The UN, it took for them 70 days or so to condemn Hamas.
No, the Secretary General
He
yesterday
watched
saw
after
that.
75 days that,
Yesterday.
that video.
Okay, and he's written almost some 116 tweets on the war.
Even the Pope. So we Jews, we Israelis, because not only Jews, in Israel we have, yes, Arabs, as I uh, told you in our first video, even Israeli Muslim Arabs, Christian Arabs, Druze, Cherkessis, We all are fighting the same enemy. We don't want a ceasefire. And if Netanyahu gives in, I will not send my child to the army. Because if we are willing to die to bring back bodies of our hostages and you stop us, then nothing is worth it.
Mm.
Last time when we gave them 1 week breathing
Mm.
time to Hamas, we paid in
They
blood.
fired rockets. They fired rockets and had a
We paid
terrorist
in
attack.
blood.
Yeah.
It cost us blood, but okay. We hugged our hostages, we hugged our children, we hugged our women, we hugged our elderly who came back. But we still have 123 hostages still in Gaza. And the world doesn't even once says, leave these hostages. So we care a damn what the world has to say, but our enemies are from within. The leftist media, the academy, all these intellectuals, all these generals who have who are coming on air, and they have been so wrong.
Yeah.
So today Israel will not stop. If we stop, we lose our right to fight again. Nobody is going to give the sacrifice of his son or his family for any other reason. There is a big discussion in Israel between hostages' families and those families who have lost soldiers, children in this war. Both are writing to the prime minister. One are saying, and I will never ever complain about the families asking for the release of their for their loved ones. Okay, I will never be in their shoes. I will die to bring back their loved ones. I will never speak a word against them. But those using them for political gains to hit back on Netanyahu and his government to bring, you know, Indians must be knowing this. When hate for your prime minister becomes more than love for your country, then you have lost it.
Yeah. We
The
see that every
same
day.
thing is happening in Israel. The hate for Netanyahu blinds them even for the sake of our soldiers in the front line, these leftists.
True.
And there is other side who are calling on the prime minister who have lost loved ones. Don't stop. The sacrifice given by our children, by our fathers, by our husbands should not go in vain. So, and there is a big dilemma also if soldiers should die to bring back bodies of hostages. Some say yes, some say no. But in Israel, you have to be an Israeli to understand how much we we you know look on life, how much we give to our this, how much life is worth. We have an enemy, Hamas. I'll give you an example. What an enemy this is. We have killed his father, his mother, his brother. We have broken his arms. We have broken his legs, and he's still happy. You know why? Because he said, I have given your son a bloody nose. He's happy
Yeah.
that my son has got a bloody nose. So, what should I say? These guys don't know when they are beaten. We have to kill them because they will come again and again. With one leg, with one hand, they will come to hit our children. So, we are fighting The world knows what happened to us. Golda Meir said, the world knows what they have done to us.
Finally.
Now be quiet and let us do the work we have to do. If they start loving their children more than the hate for us, today we would have peace. But this is that ideology of jihad. Jihad. When a person in London, in Birmingham, in New York, in Kerala, when he calls for jihad, don't give me the crap that jihad is a struggle, internal struggle. We Israelis know. We know the Quran. We know what we are against. This is not a struggle that I have to drink alcohol and I will fight that I will not touch alcohol. This jihad is to kill. Nobody has done anything to anyone in New York or in London or in Kerala or in Delhi that they should call upon jihad. We are fighting this jihad. Let us fight. Let Israel fight. We are losing soldiers every day. I heard you, Adi, in one of your videos that Israel, Hamas is always saying 20,000, 30,000. Let them say 100,000. But Israel, each and every life, we will not cover up. Just as we didn't cover up what happened to the 3 hostages killed by Israelis. Yes, it was a mistake. And we told the world, we told first of all to the families, the IDF. And when we told our nation, and then the world came to know. Because all the time I'm hearing that they raise white flags. Israel is killing people. I am telling you, you know what is happening in Gaza?
You have guys
Our
popping up from
soldiers,
everywhere. Mm.
our soldiers are seeing people coming towards them with white flags, and when we go towards them, this has happened not in Gaza. Before that, it happened in Afghanistan. Before that, it happened in Iraq. They use white flags, and then they come and they put a suicide bomb on you on our soldiers.
Yep.
Don't tell us how to fight these jihadis. We know it, we have done it, and we will do it. Don't teach us. If you can't help, don't disturb, because this will come and bite you. What is happening today in the world, in the Arabian Sea, in the Red Sea, because they can't force Israel for a ceasefire, they are going to disrupt the world economy on that end. You know, the Israeli army has become so moral that soldiers using graffiti in Gaza were told to wipe them off.
That was a
Soldiers,
little extreme. Eh? I mean, that was a bit
soldiers,
extreme.
this is what is happening. Okay, we will deal with our own rules, but the world has no right to tell us what to do.
True.
As I told in our first video, Hamas drew first blood. We will fight them. We will finish them. What will happen the day after will happen the day after. But now we are fighting. Let us fight. FU to anyone who says my child should be sacrificed on the altar of peace. Are you willing to give your family's life for peace? Who are you to tell us what is morality? Who is the world to condemn us? This is a worst nightmare. Ceasefire. We want to fight. It's not revenge. Again, this is a fight for survival.
True.
Israel is fighting a fight for survival. These Mongols, even Mongols, a bit
Yeah,
more
all of them.
civilized.
No, no,
These guys
no,
will
no,
come in your houses next.
no, no. They've come before in the year 1300, 1400, 1500. They came every 100 years.
About the hostages, Adi.
Yeah,
I have been a special force. We have fought terrorists, but there are different kinds of special forces. Indians know what is NSG and what is Ghatak. Ghatak are not hostage rescuers. When Mumbai happened, why they called upon the NSG and Marcos? Because these guys, in a split
misplaced.
second, know to differentiate between an enemy and a foe.
Yep.
Our guys fighting there, our children fighting in Gaza, you know what they have fought with people, as I told you, came with white flags. They had tape recorders saying in Hebrew, help, Hatsilu in Hebrew, to bring soldiers inside an area of kill, they call it. They use school bags. They use dolls as this booby traps. Nobody has the right to tell a soldier when is right or wrong unless he has been fired upon. No one sitting on a computer has the right to tell us Israelis what is right and what is wrong unless you have not been fired upon and you have not fired in return. You know what is the difference between a coward and a brave soldier? Is when a shot is is shot towards you, how you react, and nobody knows it unless the first shot. Nobody can say he's brave unless the first shot has been shot towards him, and then you can say 70 or so days they are inside Gaza. They are fighting a bloody enemy who has no rules, who has no consideration for life, not even their own. They are using every dirty trick in the book to ambush our soldiers. White flags, booby traps in kindergartens. Does, does the world know this? You want to turn a blind eye? Okay, then turn a blind eye towards everything what is happening. Let us fight. Let us win. What is happening in Kashmir? Has the world any right to tell the Indian army how to fight the war in Kashmir?
Mm. We've never listened to anybody. So,
Can anybody look in the eyes of the soldiers who have been killed, of the families of the soldiers who have been killed, and tell them, no, we will not fight back, we will not kill those terrorists to kill your loved ones? Is it too much to say that we will fight back? Is this sentence, we will fight back, not applied for Jews? Is this racism? Because yes, we know the world is against us, but this much? What happened on the 7th of October was forgotten in a bloody 24 hours. We care a damn for the world. We will do what is necessary for our survival. Nobody will come for us. We have seen that in the Holocaust. When the US planes, the Allied planes, were going on the concentration camps, which they knew are filled with Jews. The Jews used to pray, drop a bomb, kill us, but at least destroy. the infrastructure of those concentration camps. Nobody dropped a bomb. Not one bomb was dropped because we know our history. Israel knows its history. It's always pumped into us from early age that you have only yourself to rely on. As I am telling my Indian brothers, Hindus especially, like Jews, you are also old civilization. See what they have done. Christianity is on a decrease everywhere around the world. The Pope is in this. What is happening? People are leaving the religion. And one thing now is left: Judaism and Sanatan. Leftists, like Adi has said, Wahhabi, Sino Wahhabi leftists, they are smart. They want to finish a religion first. In Israel, also, the same thing is happening with the liberals here. They said, we are not religious, we are Israelis, we are not Jews. And then the Arabs have to come in, the Hamas have to come in to remind us that we are Jews first and then we are Israelis or any other thing, left or right. You Sanatanis are the same. You are a roadblock in the dominance of world power, India and Israel. As I told you in the first video, what happens in Israel will always come to bite in India first. See what is happening. They use the Red Sea. Now it's happening in the Arabian Sea. I told you 6 months. Not even 1 month went by. This is the ideology of jihad. And they have conquered, they think they have conquered Christianity in Europe and around the world. What remains? Jews and Sanatanis. So
Thanks for that. I
I am
mean,
saying
that's
thank you, India.
yeah. It's
Thank you, Bharat. Thank you.
नहीं नहीं फैंटास्टिक आई मीन आई मस्ट से यू हिट द नेल ऑन द हेड क्योंकि जो चीज़ें हो रही हैं इस तरफ मैंने एक चीज़ देखी है मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन है उसके बाद जरा ऑडियंस के क्वेश्चंस ले लेते हैं काफ़ी सारे कमेंट्स हैं वी गॉट ऑलमोस्ट 1500 प्लस पीपल वाचिंग अस राइट नाउ तो एक मैंने एक चीज़ देखी है इन लोगों ने ना यूक्रेन के टाइम पे भी काफ़ी यही चीज़ें करी थी तो फर्स्ट आई थिंक 3-4 मंथ्स आपका ये जो भी है दिस प्रोपेगेंडा थिंग विल विन ठीक है बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस इज आफ्टर दैट ना थोड़ा थक जाते हैं लोग फिटीग हो जाता है लेफ्टीज याद करना यार दे नॉट फिजिकली फिट एंड ऑल दैट ये वो you know, ठीक है थोड़े से दे आर लिटिल वीक physically so remember that they will lose steam all you need to do is keep at it and I think you know
Adi,
mistakes will
you know
happen
who
yeah
are the
it's war
useful idiots for them? You know who are the useful idiots for these weaklings?
yeah
The
yeah there are
muscle
lots
jihadis,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Islam. They are using them. Why they are together? Why are these together? Viewers, leftists, wokeism. Why has it tied up itself with Islam? Because they look upon them as muscle. You know, any
Yep.
superpower, anybody who wants to dominate, they know, they think they have the brains, and they are riding a tiger of that is called Islam. They think they're using Islam, but they don't know what tiger they have
They've done this before yeah
saddled.
they've done this before the 70s 80s they created bloody havoc in the region when they created the Taliban पहले तुम तालिबान के साथ ये कचरा करा फिर तुमने जाके इराक में ये कचरा करा फिर लिबिया में करा यही चीज फिर तुम सीरिया में घुस गए सीरिया में जाके तुमने एक अबू बकर अल बगदादी को उठाया उसको कहीं पे ट्रेनिंग ट्रूनिंग दी अपने जेल के अंदर बाय द वे ही गॉट ट्रेन्ड एंड
Abu
स्ट्रक्चर्ड विद
Bakr
इन द
al-Baghdadi.
जेल ठीक है वो बाहर निकला उसके बाद तुम उसको चीजें बेच रहे थे, तुम उससे फ्यूल खरीद रहे थे बाय द वे। दूसरा चीज, टर्की ने उससे फ्यूल लेता था, वो आर्म करा उसको, ठीक है। यू क्रिएटेड अ मॉन्स्टर एंड देन ही वेंट एंड किक्ड यू, सेम थिंग। एंड ये चीजें तो फ्रॉम हिस्ट्री हैं इनकी, ये तो दे आर दैट। अब उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते। मेरे को एक ही चीज है कि दिस फाइट इज एक्सपोजिंग द लेफ्टिस्ट,
Of
दिस फाइट
course.
इज एक्सपोजिंग द गेम ऑफ द लेफ्टिस्ट। एंड ये जो चीजें हम लोग भारत में बोल बोल के हमारे गले सूख गए हैं, जॉर्ज सोरोज, ये सोरोज, वो पोरोज, गले सूख गए हमारे बोल बोल के कि साहब ये हो रहा है यहाँ पर, दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, जरा बंद करो इसको, ठीक है। बट बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन इसराइल, आज चीजें वो थोड़ी ज्यादा फास्टर एक्सपोज हो रही हैं। मैं तभी बोलता हूँ हमारा इंटरेस्ट है इसराइल वॉर के अंदर, क्योंकि क्या है ना, ये जो एक्सपोजर है लेफ्टिस्ट का, जो भी चीजें हो रही हैं विच इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस। सो व्हाट स्टैंड जो हमने लिया है भारत ने, आज आपने एक बड़ा बैलेंस स्टैंड लिया है, आपको गेम खेलनी है, ठीक है। इसराइल नोज भारत का क्या स्टैंड है, उसको आप वोटिंग वोटिंग लोग ना बड़े वो बना देते हैं। वी डोंट नीड टू एक्सप्लेन टू ईच अदर हमारा क्या स्टैंड है, वी दे बोथ द कंट्रीज नो, ठीक है। अंदर की गेम क्या होती है, कौन किससे क्या कर रहा है विद इन द लेयर्स ऑफ द लेयर्स ऑफ द लेयर्स, वो किसी को नहीं पता चलता, एंड ना पता चलना चाहिए। बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट वी आर इन अ वेरी सिंपल प्लेस के इस चीज को वी नीड टू ब्रिंग इट टू अ कंक्लूजन, नहीं तो ये गड़बड़ होगी, राइट। एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इन दैट इज ऑल्सो द फैक्टर कि ये जो हमास से, हमास स्कूल ऑफ थॉट है, इससे इंस्पिरेशन भी आती है, right? जो चीज आज सस्पिशन है हमारे सोल्जर्स के साथ हुआ होगा, म्यूटिलेशन की बात करी जा रही है, अभी तक ऑफिशियली कुछ आया नहीं है, बट द फोटोग्राफ टेल्स मी क्वाइट अ बिट, आई कैन बी हॉरिबली रॉन्ग, ठीक है। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, आप एक चीज याद करिए, अक्टूबर 7 के बाद इसराइल ने एयर स्ट्राइक स्टार्ट करी थी, they when they wanted to go into a full-fledged war, and they went into a war after almost 20-25 days, पूरा एरिया सेट करके, बंदे सेट करके, इंटेलिजेंस सेट करके, तब हम लोग बोलते हैं रजौरी का जवाब दो। आपको ये जान के हैरानी होगी ऑडियंस को कि रजौरी के सामने और काफी जगहों पे एलएसी में पाकिस्तानी जंगल जला रहे हैं, ठीक है, सो दैट दे कैन ऑब्जर्व द एरिया लिटिल बेटर। उससे दो चीजें होती हैं, इन्फिल्ट्रेशन ईजी होता है समझ में, और दूसरा आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते उस एरिया के अंदर बिकॉज इट्स वाइड इन द ओपन, देयर इज नो कवर, राइट। सो गाइस, देयर समथिंग, some things that needs to be left in the shadows, let them be there, क्योंकि ये गेम बड़ी डेंजरस है, और जैसे गेब्रियल साहब ने बताया, लोगों की जानें जा रही हैं यार। एंड ये वो हॉस्टेजेस के बारे में मैंने भी बोला था कि साहब देखो, सफेद झंडा लेके तो कोई भी खड़ा होता है, इनमें क्या वैल्यूज यार, जो बच्चों के साथ, औरतों के साथ जो चीजें इन लोगों ने करी हैं अक्टूबर 7 को, और जो आज तक कर रहे होंगे। मैं एक एक्चुअली हॉस्टेज का इंटरव्यू देख रहा था, उनका नाम भूल रहा हूँ, 60 मिनट्स पे है उनका, कोई 10 मिनट का इंटरव्यू है। ट्रस्ट मी, शी डिडंट स्पीक मच, क्योंकि जहां पे भी उसने कुछ सवाल पूछा ना, उसकी आंखें भरती थी एंड द इंटरव्यू जस्ट बैक ऑफ, कुछ नहीं बोलती थी वो। शी डिडंट स्पीक मच, बट दोस्त दैट साइलेंस स्पोक अ लॉट। तो ये बड़ी
Adi,
डेंजरस गंदी सिचुएशन है। हाँ जी।
we had three hostages who were killed. Okay, one was an Israeli Arab, and two were Jewish. Two families, the Arab family and one Jewish family. He was a redhead. Okay, वो red color का hair. They both said we understand. And the mother of the redhead boy,
She said don't
he
stop.
was 21 years old or something. She said, I embrace the soldiers because I blame not our soldiers. They went in to save our hostages. Our soldiers, when I told you in the first video, we didn't go on a sunny day. We decided to enter Gaza on our own accord. We went in to rescue hostages. It would have been a miracle if we'd have brought these three guys back. You know what would have happened in Israel? It was a mistake. It was a mistake. And
Happens
she
there.
said,
It's a
I'm hugging
war.
our soldiers. That mother is saying, I will hug you. You come to my house, I will hug that guy. There was a sniper who killed two. We know it. मगर ये हमारे बच्चे लड़ रहे हैं. We will not blame our children. Blame Hamas.
No, this
Why
happens.
were they in Gaza in the first place?
Yeah, there is just the sheer factor. There is an Oxford English Dictionary word for it called fratricide. हमारे साथ नहीं हुआ था, and I'm not happy about it, but हमारे साथ भी हुआ था ना ये चीज. जब बालाकोट का इंसिडेंट हुआ था, we picked up a wrong air target, didn't we? So this happens. We can understand that. It's a sad incident. We can understand it, and trust you me, जो लोग सीरियस है ना इन चीजों में, एनालिसिस में, उन सबको समझ में आता है. अब जो फुद्दू लोग होते हैं ना, जो इधर उधर, अब यार बोलने वाले तो बहुत होते हैं यार, अब क्या कर सकते हो उनका. यू कांट डू मच अबाउट देम. वी नीड टू कीप आवर ग्राउंड हार्ड. दैट्स जस्ट अबाउट इट. बी nationalistic. नेशन कम्स फर्स्ट. बाकी सब गया डब्बे
Of
में.
course.
ठीक है. दैट इज द गेम. एंड ऑन दैट नोट यार, लेट्स गेट इनटू योर क्वेश्चंस. आपके सवाल जवाब ले लेते हैं. ठीक है. एंड बिफोर दैट गाइज, माय रिक्वेस्ट टू एवरीबॉडी इज प्लीज लाइक दिस वीडियो. ठीक है. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And most importantly, guys, if you can, please contribute towards the Dev Talks efforts. For direct contributions, you can use PayPal or the QR code up above, or you can send super stickers or super chats. Let's get into your questions. Amit Salviji, thank you so much for becoming a member. Santosh ji, thank you so much. Shalom, Gabriel Bhai, how can we help Israel win?
Thank you, Santosh. First, your prayers. And second, social network. Israel is a small country and we need the bulk. We are lucky. We have you on our side, India, Bharat. So each and every post for Israel helps.
That is true. And
Watch
yeah, you're
Adi's
standing.
videos to learn how to
You're
answer back.
standing with. Thank you. My point is, yeah, देखो, and I've called out certain places where I felt that इधर उधर है, कुछ ठीक नहीं है, this is wrong, this is wrong. मैं बड़ा openly बोलता हूँ यार, ये गलत है, ठीक है, खत्म कहानी. But my point is, one needs to understand, this is war, ठीक है. I mean, this is probably my second war that I'm observing after Ukraine. ठीक है. अब ये आयरनी देखिए, लोग बोलते हैं भाई 2 मिलियन लोगों को वहां पर ह्यूमैनिटेरियन क्राइसिस हो रही है. ठीक है, वेरी बैड, देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन. एक भी आदमी को हो, खराब है. एक भी इनोसेंट इंसान को ह्यूमैनिटेरियन क्राइसिस हो, इट इज टेरिबल. ऑल ऑफ अस मस्ट हैंग आवर हेड्स इन शेम. बट व्हाट हैपेंड टू द 1.4 मिलियन अफगानीज जिनको ये
Don't go
बाहर
far.
फेंक रहे
Adi,
पाकिस्तानी?
don't go far. 2 million humanitarian. What about the humanitarian of our hostages?
उनको, अरे सर, आप वो छोड़ो ना. वो तो यार देखो यार, जूस एंड हिंदूज, वी आर ऑल डर्टी पीपल. वो छोड़ दो. वी आर टेरिबल पीपल. वी आर द स्कम ऑफ द अर्थ यार. लीव अस अलोन. हम तो गधे हैं यार. वी
Kafirs.
वर बॉर्न गधास. द ओल्डेस्ट टू सिविलाइजेशंस इन द वर्ल्ड. वी आर ऑल, लीव इट, लीव अस अपार्ट. मैं ये बोल रहा हूं, टेल मी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन गाना. यार
What happened in Rwanda?
वो तो वो तो अच्छे लोग हैं ना. नहीं, अभी जो हो रहा है वो तो
हाँ
अच्छे
अभी
लोग
हाँ
हैं ना.
वो
हम तो गंदे हैं. वी आर डर्टी ब्राउन पीपल, है ना. एंड इसराइल तो भैया, अब कहां से, पता नहीं आप कहां से आ गए यार इसराइली. भारत है ये. सी, दिस इज द थॉट प्रोसेस. जब जिस जगह पे आपको इनको वो अटेंशन डालनी होती है ना, दे विल पुट इट. पाकिस्तान यहां पर 1.4 मिलियन पीपल इज थ्रोइंग इनटू अफगानिस्तान, जहां पर वैसी खाने को नहीं है. सर्दियों में एक किसी का आंसू नहीं टपक रहा कहीं पे.
Yahud and Hanud are to blame.
एंड द वर्स्ट पार्ट इज द वर्स्ट पार्ट ना, तालिबान का झंडा लेके घूमते हैं प्रो प्रो पैलेस्टीनियन प्रोटेस्ट में। अरे भाई, ओह, तुमको इतना प्यार है तालिबान से, तो बचा लो ना अपने तालिबान को जाके वहां पर। गुड बैड और अगली है, ठीक है, दे तालिबान, बट दिस इज रिडिकुलस ना यार, दिस इज लाइक absolutely terrible. Anyways, let's move forward. Taraji, thank you so much for your contribution. Inspiring talk. By the way, a lot of people have written that. I am just taking one as a example. A lot of people have mentioned that you've spoken straight from your heart. So congratulations on that. Most importantly, क्योंकि आवाज उठनी चाहिए यार, जो मर्जी हो जाए. Shubham ji, thank you so much. Shalom sir. Position of Khan Yunis and beach region. देख
Shalom
लो
to you
साहब,
also, Mr. Shubham.
भारत में एक एक जगह की खबर है, भैंस की है, कौन है ये इधर खान यूनिस में कौन है, वो उधर कौन है, ठीक है.
We have Bharat on our side. That makes a huge difference. Okay, the
खान
media
यूनिस
is
आप किसी
against us. Our bloody media is against us. But the
अमेरिका
Bhartis are
अमेरिकन
on
से
our
पूछ लो,
side.
अमेरिकन से पूछ लो खान यूनिस कहाँ पर है, बताएगा आपको. खान यूनिस probably a terrorist in Afghanistan, right?
So about Khan Yunis, we are mopping up. Not even mopping up. We are mopping up is when we have not yet conquered.
Found.
Okay, but we have destroyed a huge complex underground tunnel in Khan Yunis, which was housing the top leaders of Hamas offices, residents, underneath 4 kilometers long. So beach region we will make a resort, God willing. The beach of Gaza will become a big Disney world for Israeli and the world children to come and play.
By the way, there's some Israeli real estate agent na who's put out drawings. Lefties are burning. उसने क्या करा है, गाजा को फ्लैट करके ना, he's put up drawings of condos and houses and
Yes,
मैं बोला यार ये देखो. इसको बोलते हैं गेम खेलना. बेचारे रो रहे हैं वहां पर हो,
trolling them,
और तुम यहाँ पर कॉन्डोज बना रहे हो उनके घर में.
trolling the lefties.
Yeah. Ex-Muslim debate show, you say, ask Adi how Israel counter Islamic propaganda after losing the information warfare. Initially, yes. Today, no. Little bit they're getting better.
Adi, you are freezed. Adi has freezed. What's happening?
Sorry. हाँ नहीं नहीं, sorry sorry
Information
sorry.
warfare.
हाँ नहीं नहीं, होता है कभी कभार. बताओ प्लीज,
Information warfare.
योर आंसर.
See, as I told you first, propaganda Israel is losing. And I am again calling it. Our media, our leftists are giving them ammunition. जयचंद कहते हैं ना इंडिया में, हमारे यहाँ बहुत है. वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ देम. आई डोंट वॉच इंडियन इजरायली मीडिया. कीप
Yeah,
अवे.
well, that's a good start, nor do we. The world knows that Iran controls Hezbollah, Houthi, and Hamas. So why USA is not imposing crushing sanctions on Iran? Might I recommend get Trump and Joe Biden in the same room, and ये सवाल जरा उनके बीच में डालिए, आपको पता चलेगा क्या निकलेगा बाहर वहां से.
If you remember when Obama and Mitt Romney were asked who are the threat to world peace, Mitt Romney pointed out China, and Obama said something else. I don't remember, but I know Mitt Romney. So you have to know who is the enemy, and he's right, Mr. Satya. But the US, it all comes down to leadership. We don't have a strong leader. India is lucky. You have a strong leader there. I will not interfere in Indian politics. I will not say these words. But yes, as someone who says he's a son of India and Israel, a strong leadership is very important. Bibi is not strong today in Israel, guys. Even if he had information that's going to be an attack, he would have not used his military as India today. So what is Adi saying? You need a strong military. To be a superpower, you have to be economically strong, militarily self-sufficient, and nationalistic first. When you love your nation more than anything else, especially politics, you're on the right wave.
True. Ravi Malhotra ji, thank you so much. Gabriel moves your heart with the straight talk. It's Bhagavad Gita in real action.
Mr. Ravi, I know the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. And when Arjun asked Krishna, is this a righteous war? Today Israel is asking the world, this is our righteous war. Let us fight. This is a right war. It is a war for survival, just as the Pandavas.
It's a righteous war. Yeah, I mean, JP, Ofer ji, please tell us why on Shabbat Israeli media like I-24 and Israel take a 2 day break every week. Your news is not 24/7 worldwide, so Al Jazeera spreads narrative on Israel 24/7 around the world.
JP, brother, you will be. I am very disappointed to say this thing that the right wing media, religious, they go out for a Shabbat holiday. Like it's very the Fridays from Friday evening to Saturday evening. It's Shabbat. It's the holiest in our religion.
Yeah.
So you are not allowed to watch television or anything. You have to pray. And who fills in the gap? Leftist media. They are not religious. They hate religion. And as I'm again pointing it out, discouraging us, spreading false news, I hate them. But yes, it's a problem.
Yeah.
One day we lose.
With this Red Sea conflict, are we going to see fast track progress on IMEC? Saab, let me say this. There is a warehouse which has already been inaugurated in Dubai. There are 6 more coming up. Road transportation plus rail transportation, say 5 rounds of Saman has already reached Israel from Dubai into Saudi, into Jordan, and into Israel. So you can call it the roadways test transport of IMEC. Sorry, that sounds a little weird. Maaf karna. Bolo, you want to say anything?
See, this is creating a problem. Let's see, this route is creating a problem in Israel because goods are not coming in timely. Okay, it's taking a longer time at best, and other shipping companies are saying we are
Insurance,
suspending
this, that.
this route.
Yeah, there are a lot of problems. Na? Insurance ke issues ho jate hain, this and that.
Yes, lives are involved, Adi.
Anmol ji, thank you so much. He says, plan for South Gaza. How will you guys destroy the tunnels?
So now I will tell you, Egypt, they are not taking in the Palestinians. On the other side, Suez Canal is losing revenue. So now Egypt is caught in between a rock and hard spot, hard place. So now there are talks that they will open the border to take in refugees, and then Israel can go in and clear the south of Gaza because North Gaza is out of bounds. We have cleared that area, and thank God I can say, touch wood, 95% of rockets have gone down towards Israel. They are firing, they will fire, we know it. But our work is doing the right thing.
True. Pritam ji, thank you so much. He says, Hezbollah attack increase. Thought Jeetega Israel. Hashtag.
Thank you. जीतेंगे हम जीतेंगे. But Hezbollah's day will come because
लड़ेगा नहीं वो.
everyone knows now Iran, just as Gaza problem will be dealt, Israel's attention will go towards the north.
लड़ेगा नहीं वो. Don't
That
worry,
will
he won't
be
come.
10 times more difficult for us and for the world also, because what they are doing havoc now, Iran ka ye bachcha hai, najaiz bachcha, Hezbollah. And for that, Hezbollah, as I told you all, Sunnis are expendable. But Shia Hezbollah,
Oh.
नाजायज बच्चा नहीं है, नाजायज बच्चा है क्योंकि बच्चा है इन ईरान. इवन हेजबुल्लाह
मैं
इज
भी
विल डू द डर्टी
उसने बोला है
वर्क.
ना 3 तारीख को एड्रेस करेगा दुनिया को. वेरी गुड, वी आर वेटिंग. इज इट पॉसिबल दैट द ड्रोन केम फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान?
You are the expert here, the Adi, but when I said when, why, who has to benefit, there is one thing also in ideology. If you all think Pakistan is economically finished, this is the time where they are dangerous, these guys, because they are jihadis. They don't go for money or economic gain or anything. As I told you, this enemy wants to hurt you, and then he feels that his life has been fulfilled. We fulfill our lives by loving our children, giving them education, giving them a good future. These guys say, how can I sacrifice my child on the altar of jihad?
True. Abhijit says, rather than lecturing Israel, why doesn't the world take care of Iran and China? It's very clear that they are the rogue states. Why not close the tab before wiping the floor? That's the beauty of the world, yeah.
As I told you, the only thing necessary for evil to prevail is for good men to do nothing. We have two examples. One, when Hitler came into power, nobody had the guts. Churchill said these words: when you were asked, what would you take, dishonor or war? You chose dishonor. You will get war and dishonor. And then the second World War erupted. And second example is ISIS. Everybody thought ISIS is such a small group. We can destroy them anything we want, anytime we want. Nobody
Anything
took
that holds
action.
anything that holds territory is not a small group.
So now is the time for everyone to wake up. If not, this will spiral into a World War
Yeah.
III and worse.
Minisag, thank you so much for your contribution. Alpha Max, thank you so much for your contribution. He says, why America works in silos. Department of State is left liberal. Department of Defense is pro-India. CIA wants anti-India. White House is overall confused. The guy put out the American politics in such a simple statement. I must say, congratulations, man.
He's
You've hit the nail on the
he's
head.
hit the nail on the head.
Absolutely. They are like that, yeah. I mean, what do you do about it? That's what I keep calling the dirty old deep state and the new deep state which has come across. New deep
But
state is
if
the
you have to
defense
choose,
department.
Adi, if you have to choose between the United States, China,
Oh,
Russia,
US any day.
Iran,
US any day. Any day. You can deal with it. It's a known enemy, yeah. You know how to deal with
they're
it.
rational.
Now, they may not be rational, but see,
In
they don't hide your terrorists within their borders. They hide us. So we won't call them rational. But you got to deal with it. It's देखो यार ऐसा है, when life gives you lemons, you cut them up and make lemonade, right? So I believe in that. You take advantage of whatever situation that you've been dealt, hedge your bets, make a hook, make sure you're well leveraged, and cover yourself very, very well, so that when the hit actually comes, you can deflect it off. That's the most important thing. IND True, thank you so much for your contribution. Islam will either wipe off the enemy or get wiped off. This is the only solution as per their scriptures. Two-state solution will never work with such an ideology.
so
True, true.
true, so true.
And Poonam Sarafji, thank you so much for your contribution. Maya Jagannathanji, she says, no one has the right to say don't fight when your very life, existence is at stake. Krishna asked Arjun to pick up arms and not give up.
Yes, this is our Mahabharat here. This is our Mahabharat fought by Israel now against evil.
There's one question. Yeah, this beautiful question. It says, will Israel start to invest more in human now? Indian always looked up to Israel, but it's a bit disconcerting to see such an intelligence failure.
If you have heard my previous videos, as I told you, we were compromised by our upper echins in the army.
And
Politics
China.
had moved inside.
And China.
So now we are coming back to basics.
Yeah.
Human is the one and only thing you can rely. Technology comes after that.
True.
But Hamas, yes, we have to accept it, taught us a lesson.
Better late than never. Neeruji asked, Adi, can you get in the Israeli defense minister? Whoa. I'll try and get the spokesperson. I've written to him. I don't know if I can to get him in, but I spoke to the Israeli consulate in India, the embassy in India. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out somebody from there as well, and also the hostages who have been released to share their experiences. That only
Hostages not
Gabriel can
sharing the
help me.
experiences 100% because they have kin still
Still there.
still
There are
there.
only
So
two
we
people
cannot.
who don't have. There are only two people that who do not have kin there, and they've spoken. Two girls, two ladies.
Still,
Anmolji,
they
thank you
will
so
not
much.
compromise.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Regime change in Iran is possible from what I'm seeing online. There is a percentage of rational thinking population there as well.
Iran, the percentage of young children, young citizens there, youngsters, teenagers, is the highest in the world. And these guys are open to the world online. But the mullahs there, the religious religion, is stopping them. And there is a Obama, when the Green Revolution happened, betrayed Obama and
And
Hillary Clinton, betrayed
he's
that revolution there.
Obama is from the Brotherhood. Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Let's
Muslim Brotherhood. Yeah,
you don't remember his lecture in Egypt?
yeah, we
Then
know it.
yeah, it's Nargis. She's from Afghanistan, by the way. Hi, I think everyone is aware of the American hypocrisy using religion, Talibs. You know the game in this time. That's the reason it has kept itself away from this Arab USA and Israel thing. Yeah, Taliban initially there was a reaction, but I think they realized no, 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 back off, and it's quiet after that. That's one country which has said nothing. So that's interesting. Omega, thank you so much for your contribution. What about the Houthis, Vidrohis? Houth, Houth Vidrohi.
Marching towards Israel.
Yeah, those guys who are crossing. Yes,
Let them
sorry,
march.
my apologies.
Let them march. Let them come closer for us to finish them off. It will be a blessing in disguise for us. Let them come close.
Yeah. And Ravi Malhotra ji, thank you so much. Listen, self-driving cars have maximum accidents. Wow. Sorry, my apologies. I clicked the wrong one. Yeah. He's referring to the AI that you guys used for your border defense. There are lots of lessons to be learned, I must say. There's
Technology can
so much.
always be compromised.
Yeah. Jayshree ji, offer any news about the youngest hostage? Jayshree ji, you're going to be very sad after this question. And his equally adorable elder brother and the mother, the 10-month-year-old. Would you like to say it or should I?
That family, Biba's family, the father, the mother, 10-month-year-old child, sister, 3 years old. According to our information, we have not yet said dead or alive. We are saying they are alive. Hamas has said they are dead,
They're
because
dead.
one thing we can learn from Hamas: if someone becomes a symbol, they will squeeze it till the end. They know that Israel has a soft spot for this family, for this child. And suddenly you can come to get the news that we have found them somewhere. And now we want to stop the war if you want these four back. This that can be used by Hamas. So we are
That baby,
always these guys, Adi, this ideology even bargains on body parts.
yeah,
We have set live terrorists set free to get back body parts of our soldiers.
and the last one will take his thought provocator. Thank you. Osama, Obama, two sides of the same coin, one overt, one covert.
He's not even overt. He's openly,
Yeah.
sorry, he's not even covert. He's overt. Obama was the worst president for the world.
US ever had. Yeah. Guys, I'd really recommend, you guys must go through this one lecture, which is, it was given by Barack Obama to Egypt. It was about
His first
Syria and
state
stuff.
visit
Yeah,
abroad.
Syria and this thing. As a matter of fact, this was the first US president within this lecture. He openly advocated for the two-state solution. Previously, all this was said by the State Department. Obama was the first president who came out and actually said that this should happen. Um, and kind of he said there's no other solution to this. And that's what the rhetoric you're hearing today is. There is no other solution. Now, before Obama, जो situation था, उसके अंदर two-state solution was one of the solutions, right? There were multiple other options. Oslo Accord के अंदर ये two-state को लेके आए थे. But people used to work on multiple other things. Today, no other thought is even you know, admitted.
That time we had
So
phases for
yeah,
a two-state solution. We had phases. Obama destroyed everything and he said there has to be a Palestinian state. And then the Palestinian became emboldened.
yeah,
Okay, they said now is the time for us to destroy. We have
yeah,
the backing from an American president.
exactly. Anmolji, last one. I'm not taking any more beyond this. Thank you so much. Park versus TTP and elections in both countries. Interesting times ahead. Yeah, this whole region is going to be interesting.
There are going to be two elections in this year, in the US and in India. And everyone's eyes are on both. India, we can call US will also have a big stake.
Yeah, yeah.
Who wins?
Gabriel Saab, thank you so much for spending the evening with us. And thank God, firstly, there are no strikes. And I hope there are
Touch
no
wood.
more. And I
Iron
hope there
Dome
are no
is
more,
doing its
you
job.
know.
Our soldiers, our
Guys,
children are doing the job. Thank you.
एक चीज मैं बोलूं, पता है? एक चीज आपको मैं एक नैरेटिव देता हूं, which is something अगर आप किसी को बोल सकते हो. A lot of these monkeys say that proportionality. ठीक है ना? I'll close with this. Proportionality की बात करते हैं लोग, कि वहां पर ज्यादा मारे, यहाँ पर ज्यादा मारे. आपको ना एक चीज करनी चाहिए, बोलनी चाहिए, आपने वॉर के शुरू से अभी तक यू फायर्ड 27,000 रॉकेट्स. Hamas has fired 27,000 rockets. If each rocket fell on one person, that's 27,000 casualties. It is on your game कि आपके पास आयरन डोम है, राइट? दैट इज योर प्लस पॉइंट. ये हमास का माइनस पॉइंट आपके प्लस पॉइंट की वजह से होता है.
The intent was
अदरवाइज
there.
देयर इंटेंशन, उनके इंटेंशन से तो 27,000 लोग टक हो जाने चाहिए थे. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट वन पर्सन पर रॉकेट.
God forbid if they had a A bomb. What would have happened here?
वो तो छोड़ ही दो, बट ये चीज बोलना चाहिए. क्योंकि देखिए, आप मुझे बता दो, आप बोलते हो वहां पर मारे मारे, भाई तुम अपना आयरन डोम क्यों नहीं बनाया? तुम टनल बना सकते थे. एंड बाय द वे, आई एम प्रीटी इंप्रेस्ड विद द टनल सिस्टम्स. आई मस्ट से, किसी ने दिमाग लगाया है यार. आई एम वेरी इंप्रेस्ड विद इट. ठीक है, किसी ने दिमाग लगाया. अभी मैं इसराइल, मैं Gabriel साहब से online पूछूंगा नहीं, but someday I will ask him if he can talk about it. We will talk about it in another show on these tunnels. But I'm pretty impressed.
That is
On
one of
that
the
note, yeah,
other theaters of war, like desert warfare, built-in area warfare. Now it's tunnel warfare. That area also is a combat situation, tunnel warfare.
yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, yeah, for spending the time, and I hope you all stay safe, your family is safe,
Thank
and
you.
my regards to everybody over there. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat,
Thank you
and
to
Shalom.
everyone. Thank you. Shalom. Namaste.